Guys, today we're going to talk about what's going on in the stock market, and surprisingly enough, this has been the worst quarter in the stock market in the last 2 years. I'm going to break this down for you and explain to you what's going on in the stock market, as well as what's going on with inflation and a lot of other factors. So get comfortable, buckle up your seatbelt. We're going to get started on the Black Financial Channel right now. Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'm your friendly neighborhood finance professor. On the Black Financial Channel, we talk about black wealth and black economics every day, sometimes as much as 10 times a day, under one condition. The condition is that we are B1. B1 means black first. Black first means that we put our community at the top of our priority list. Black first means we educate our kids. Black first means we're building wealth for our families. If you agree with that philosophy, if you want to see black folks do better, if you want to see our community rise, if you want to see our kids winning, put a hashtag B and the number one in the chat, hashtag B1. So let me get started. Let me talk to you guys about what's going on with the stock market, as well as what's happening with the economy. I saw a question in there already, Elhaj and Cedric and Max Jerome and Christopher. Somebody asked, it looks like on Instagram, do you think we're headed for a recession? So let me just jump ahead and answer that question. Yes, yes. Since 1961, in 8 of the 9 times that the Federal Reserve has increased interest rates, we have had a recession in 8 out of 9 times. 8 out of 9 times. So basically, most people believe that we are headed toward a recession. You see some indicators, what they call things like the inverted yield curve, which I won't go into today. But basically, there are some things happening that are leading us to believe that we could be headed for a recession. And I explained that all to you in a previous video. So feel free to go to the blackfinancialchannel.com and take a look at that. If you're on Instagram, you hit the link in the bio. You can get to my YouTube channel that way. Now, as I move forward, and as I ask you all, please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, stuff like that. Here's some few things that you want to take note of going on in the stock market right now. A lot of you are investors. I hope you're investing. Let me know if you're investing. I need to know that you're investing, like drinking your milk or taking your vitamins. Are you investing for your family? Give me a yes in the chat. If you're investing for your family, give me a yes in the chat. If you're building that family business, give me a yes in the chat. If you're looking to go buy a house, give me a yes in the chat. If you're working to level up your life, I need to know that you're leveling up. I need to know that you're overcoming your demons. I can guide you, but I need you to do the work. So give me a yes in the chat if you're doing those things, so I know I'm not wasting my time, because I love you and I want to see you do well. All right, so here's a couple things going on with the stock market. Number one, this is the worst quarter in 2 years. We haven't had a quarter this bad since the pandemic. The good thing, though, is that because you had that dip, you had a chance to get in. If you've been buying consistently, you've probably seen some uptick in your portfolio. If you bailed, then you didn't get a chance to see the come up. And so I'm very happy for you if you did. There is reason to believe that there are some quality assets that can have a come up. One of the things that I would argue that you should do at this particular time is do what they call a flight to quality, or when you have a boost, maybe sell some of those those crappier companies and go for some of the quality solid names. Quality solid, I'm talking about companies in the S&P 500, basically companies that know how to make money, companies that are already making a profit. Low quality, I'm talking about companies that are meme stocks. I'm talking about getting dumping a little bit of that Dogecoin, maybe getting out of those companies that haven't made a profit yet. And you can find this out if you look in your Robinhood app. It'll tell you if the company's making a profit or not. Also, inflation is a beast. Inflation is at its highest level in 40 years. So inflation is a problem. Inflation ain't going away. It's going to be here for a while, and that's an issue. There are plenty of jobs available. Problem is, a lot of people don't want to go to work, so that can also even cause upward pressure on the price of wages, and then the price of oil is acting crazy because of the war in the Ukraine, which is the next thing. We've talked about the war. I'm not going to rehash that too much of that. Y'all know what's happening over there. Every day the news is a little bit different. I think this war is going to be prolonged. It's going to have a huge impact on the price of oil, and you're seeing a real global economic shift resulting from this war. Everybody's trying to get away from dependence on Russian oil. They're trying to get away from Vladimir Putin. They don't want to do business with him anymore. Maybe that's going to change. Maybe at some point they're going to flip back to to what they had before, and just forget about it, act like it never happened. But right now, the whole world's kind of mad at Vladimir Putin. In fact, I even went into Google and I saw where Google Ads is basically saying we're not even allowing you to even run an ad that supports Russia right now. The whole world is mad at Russia. I don't know who they're madder at, Vladimir Putin or Will Smith. I did a whole long video yesterday about the economic complications Will Smith is facing now because I went to Will Smith's YouTube channel. This is a side note, but since we talk about economics and everything and blackness, blackness, I'm not a finance professor who happens to be black. I'm a black man who happens to be a finance professor. So I make no apologies for the fact that I've been very concerned about the imagery of what happened at the Oscars this week. And I was looking to see what's going to happen with Will Smith's brand value. Well, Chris Rock's stock has gone up. Everybody loves Chris. Everybody's buying tickets for his concerts. He's going to make millions of dollars. Will Smith is going to have some problems, I think, long term, because I went to his YouTube channel and I was reading comments last night at 3 a.m. and I was reading them. I read about 80 comments. I kept going down. I said, I'm going to keep reading until I find one positive comment, one encouraging set of words. Hey, Will, it's okay, buddy. You can bounce back from this. I saw nothing, absolutely nothing. Every single comment was, you're a terrible person. I used to love you. Now I don't like you anymore. You're a bad role model. You slapped Chris Rock, but what about your wife? Did you slap the men that were sleeping with your wife? I mean, just really disrespectful comments. So Will has a mess. He's got a real mess to clean up, and it's going to cost him some money. Make no mistake about it. He's a very wealthy man. He's going to probably, he's not going to go broke, but he's probably got some deals pending with Disney and other companies that are like, we don't want anything to do with you because you are going to probably get, kicked out of the Oscars, banned or something. I don't know. But anyway, that's a little side note. But there are economic implications. There's economics everywhere. And also where the economics plays out in the Will Smith scenario, in my view, is that I think Will had to be in a certain economic position to even feel comfortable enough to make the Oscars into the Will Smith show. He wouldn't have done that 20 years ago when he was just trying to get started, but he's doing it now because I guess he's moved into a different space in his life or whatever. All right. So anyway, let's move on. I mentioned that. So I mentioned there's a recession probably coming. Inflation super high. The stock market says worst quarter in 2 years. Also, commodities prices are going crazy. The price of nickel in particular has been going insane. It was going so crazy that they had to shut down the London Stock Exchange because the price was just moving so much. A lot of your big companies, your Metas, Netflix, PayPal, all these companies have been hit pretty hard. Their stock prices have dropped between 30 and 40%. Now, remember, just because they drop, that doesn't mean that these companies are cheap. They could just be dropping to the price that they should have been all along. I kind of believe there was a little bit of an asset bubble. I believe that the prices were too high. So now you're not really getting a discount. You're just getting the prices at a level that's more appropriate to what they should be. Also, you got to be real mindful of the fact that you may have some sort of crash in the housing market because housing prices were pumped up because of all this money the Fed was dumping into the economy. So if you're looking to sell your house, you might want to go ahead and make a move sooner rather than later. If you're not planning to sell, like I bought a property in Atlanta, me and my wife did, we invested in real estate and whatnot. I didn't, I wasn't as concerned about the nuances of the price, to be honest with you, because I just wanted to get a property in that location and I wanted to own it. I want to own it for 10 or 15 years. And the market was so tight that literally they told us, you better take that deal quick because there's 18 other people in line to buy that same property. Same thing happened when we got a place in Chicago. There's a building the Obama Library is going to be built in South Side Chicago. So we got a property down that way. And literally in this building, they said the Chinese investors, when they hear a building's available, they jump right on it and they pay all cash for it. So we had to move quick, so the market's been kind of crazy. I think that's going to change. I think you're going to see a crash in the real estate market at some point. You're also going to be likely to see a recession. Do me a favor. There's one more interesting thing I want to share with you guys about the economics of marriage. I just read a really fascinating article. I'm going to share that point with you in a second. But before we do that, do me a favor. Take 1 second. Please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Also, if you want to get tickets for the All Black National Convention, you guys know that that's going to happen at the end of October in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to have all kinds of sessions on all kinds of trainings on everything economic that you want to cover, from crypto to stocks to real estate. All the experts will be there. Also, it'll be a big family reunion. There's lots of panels and keynotes on everything from relationships to building strong families to politics to everything else. We have the B1 ball. We have speed dating. If you're looking to date somebody that matches you, somebody that's just like you, somebody that thinks like you, well, the speed dating was extremely popular. It went really well. So we're going to do that again. And also, we're going to put the vendor links up pretty soon. So if you want to be a vendor or a sponsor, it's a great way to advertise. We are going to sell out because last year's convention was so amazing. Everybody's telling their friends now. So if you'd like to go take a look at the tickets and decide to go ahead and lock your ticket in, just go to allblacknationalconvention.com. That's allblacknationalconvention.com. Or you can go to my website, boycewatkins.com. The link is there as well. All right. Last little piece. This is something my wife and I are going to cover on a pillow talk. You know, my wife is a licensed therapist, a certified life coach, and also a full professor of social work. So she sees clients and whatnot. So we like to do these pillow talks where we talk about relationshipy things. And I read this article that I just sent to her. It was in the Wall Street Journal. And as I've explained to you all, that if you really want to understand economics and wealth and all that, you got to understand relationships. Bad relationships are a wealth killer. I've talked to you guys about this before. So one of the things they talked about was marriage. And there's always a debate whether or not marriage is good or bad. And I think everybody has a right to make their own decision. But if you get married, you got to do it right. So here's one thing that they found that was really interesting. So let me ask y'all a question. Give me a response, maybe one or two words. If you're getting married, do you think it's better to be a little bit older before you get married, maybe in your 30s, or to get married when you're young, get married in your 20s? What do you think? Somebody answer the question. Answer in the chat. Do you think it's better to wait till you maybe 32 or 33, or do you think it's better to get married at 22 or 23? What do y'all think? Hey, give me an answer in the chat. I'll look for your answers. Okay, older. All right, older, right? That's the lot. That's what I thought too, right? And that's true, generally speaking. They said, generally speaking, it's better to wait so you know who you are, you know what you want, you know what you're looking for and how to make it work and all that, right? So being older is better, right? But here's what they said. They said that there was one group that actually had a much lower divorce rate than people that were older. This was a younger group. They said younger people who've never lived with another person have a much lower divorce rate than older people who have cohabitated. Right. So I thought that was really fast. So I said, how is it that getting married younger is better? And one thing that they said is that so getting older means you get a lot more experience. So you're smarter, you're wiser, you kind of know how to handle things better. But the downside is that you're bringing baggage, right? So if you marry, Tyrone, and you've been living with Tyrone for a couple years, and before Tyrone, you let's say theoretically you live with Joe, and then before Joe, you live with Terry. Well, they said that what happens is that you're comparing Tyrone to Joe and Terry. So Tyrone might be a great guy. You might like him a lot, but then you're thinking, yeah, but Terry was better in the bed, and Joe used to make me laugh, right? So they said that that comparing your partner to other people before that person makes your current partner look worse. Also, they said that when you have experience walking away from relationships, walking away from cohabitating situations, it makes it easier to do. It's like been there, done that. Like, okay, yeah, breaking up is hard, but I've done it before. So you're not scared to break up. Like, you get into a big fight and it gets uncomfortable. You're like, I had to go. This is too much. The other thing that they said that was interesting, this is about the men. This is on the men's side. And remember, if you guys want to know why I talk about relationship stuff, it's not just because my wife is a couples therapist, but it's also because I told you guys relationships are linked to wealth. If you ever want to ruin your wealth, just have bad relationships. You won't ever accomplish anything. You won't accumulate anything, right? So, or broken families. Most broken families are broke. Most broken families have broken bank accounts. Most broke families have broke bank accounts. Just understand that. But the other pieces, they said with the men, what they found was that men who lived with a woman before they married her figured out, like, wait a minute, if I live with her and I don't marry her, I get the same benefits that I get if I was her husband. Now, this is logical. They always used to say, why would you buy the cow if the milk is free? So I'm not saying these are not my words. This is the Wall Street Journal's words. And so my wife and I are going to do a pillow talk about that. If you go to boyceandaliciatv.com, you can subscribe to that channel because we're going to do a pillow talk about that probably tonight or tomorrow night. She's coming back from the Bahamas today. I went to Alaska with my daughter. She went to the Bahamas with our other daughters. But we're going to talk about that a little bit because I think that's worthy of a discussion for those of you that are trying to figure it all out. My goal, the reason I talk about pretty much anything that's on my mind is because my goal is to support you in any way that I can. If there's something inside this brain or some experience that I've had that can help you make better choices in your life, I want to help you do that because I'm telling you, everything's about choices. And sometimes I realize some of us just have really shitty parents that don't teach us anything, or they don't know anything, or maybe the daddy wasn't there, or maybe the mom wasn't there the way that she should have been, or maybe your friends are not really necessarily at the level you're trying to go to. And I just want to see you level up, man. I mean, and leveling up as a Black person, in my view, means you got to have the courage to be above the fold. You got to know how to think different. And also understanding finance means understanding all the things that affect finance. It's like if I'm a heart doctor, because a lot of people don't understand. They're like, well, why would you, stick to wealth, stick to money. You only talk about money. You can't talk about money without talking about life. You can't talk about money without talking about being Black. You can't talk about wealth building without talking about the Black experience, because it all affects wealth building. When you start your business, you're going to go through things that are different from what the white boy is going to go through. The white boy can call Uncle Fred and Aunt Lucy and raise $100,000 for his business. You can't do that. The white kid is going to have job opportunities you'll never have. The white person doesn't have to deal with the same level of dysfunction that you have to deal with. Chris Rock, as a wealthy Black man, is going to have to worry about another Black man walking up on stage and slapping him at the Oscars. I'm not saying white people are perfect. I'm just saying that there are things that we do that are just different. There are experiences we have that are just different. Stuff that we think it makes sense, doesn't make sense to everybody, right? So I'm not saying white people are better. I'm just saying that one of the things you're missing, one of the reasons why you've never had a come up economically for the Black community, is because there's never really been a sincere, dedicated, consistent effort to focus on the unique specifics of exactly what you're going through as a Black person. So when you tell me to talk only about money, again, that's like telling a heart doctor to only talk about the heart. But the heart doctor is going to tell you, look, the heart is connected to the health of your lungs. It's affected to your blood type. It's connected to your kidneys. It's connected to what you eat. It's connected to the stress level you have. Like, you have to talk about everything, the system. Everything's a system. You understand? So you must think in terms of systems. So in your life, you are part of a system. That system involves 3 key areas in your life: health, wealth, and relationships. Health, wealth, and relationships. If you focus on wealth and you don't focus on health, then you will lose all your wealth trying to get your health back, because the medical system is going to take all your money. If you focus on wealth without focusing on relationships, then you're going to be broke, because you're going to marry some raggedy woman that's going to take all your damn money, some gold digger who's going to get in your pocket, or you're going to marry some man who can't get his shit together, who's going to destroy everything you built. You built perfect credit. Well, he's going to waste your perfect credit doing stupid stuff with your money because you didn't take the time to pick the right kind of partner in your life. So do you understand what I'm saying? Give me a yes if you get what I'm saying. I hope that you understand, and I'm gonna keep on doing it. I'm not apologizing, but y'all should know by now I don't do apologies that often unless I'm clearly wrong. In this case, I'm 100% dead certain that this is exactly how Black wealth must be discussed. We must talk about the whole entirety of the Black experience and not just what's in your 401k. Okay, so I can teach you about the stocks and all that. I got a PhD. I know more about it than 99.9% of the population, but also I know even more about what it means to be Black. And you have to merge those things so that you can understand that Blackness is not a liability. Your Blackness is a superpower. Being Black, if you see it in the right way and you design your system specifically so that you and your family can have the come up that you deserve, then what you'll find is that being Black is the greatest blessing you will ever have in your life. We are blessed up in here. We ain't nobody cursed, ain't nobody sad, ain't nobody sitting around feeling sorry for themselves, but understanding and acknowledging all the factors and the variables that you're dealing with, it creates unique challenges, and it also creates unique opportunities. So I want you to take that best opportunity to be Black and to be wealthy and to be successful. Got it? All right, put a B1 in the chat, and we're going to bounce on out of here. All right, everybody, please hit the thumbs up button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Again, if you want to learn more about the All Black National Convention, that's where we all get together. It's our big B1 family reunion. You can go to boycewatkins.com, and you can get your tickets. If you're on Instagram, just click the link in the bio, and you can see what the convention has going on and decide if you want to join us this year. I hope you'll join us in Charlotte. It's going to be extraordinary. And one last point I want to throw out there is shout out to Rizza Islam, who we gave him an award last year for his courage. I think it was the Courage Award that he received. And Rizza, his mother just died. And I want to give a shout out to his mother. I don't have her name in front of me, but a shout out to Rizza Islam's mother, because when you talk about creating great black men like that, great black women are necessary to create great black men. That's why we don't disrespect our women up in here. And shout out to Rizza's mother in heaven. And I just want y'all to know that this happened. And her funeral's in Compton this weekend. If you live out that way, you may want to check it out. All right, everybody. Have a good day. God bless you. Love you. Thank you for listening. It was real. And I look forward to talking to you soon. Take care now. Peace.